So what's up everybody, another video with the MJX Bugs 3 here. I've got this thing set up with a Walkera G-2D Gimbal, which you can get for roughly 50 bucks. I got mine on an Amazon flash deal or something like that for $40. And all I did, I'm going to go ahead and show you that this gimbal it does work and everything. I haven't, you know, done insane testing with it, and I'll tell you why here in just a minute. The gimbal seems very smooth and it's very light. And there is video of people flying this quad with this gimbal attached. I've got it turned off now. To this quadcopter. And it does work. But I tried something a little different than what some of those other videos, in particular Tigger's RC Reviews, I think is the name of the guy's channel. I'll link it down below. He flew it with this gimbal attached to the actual stock battery through the balance plug. Now, what I wanted to try to do, and I actually ordered the cables to solder my own connector like he did, with a male JST connector to a female 2-cell balance plug in order to plug it in right here. But the only place I could find that stuff without it being kind of grossly overpriced was overseas. So it's going to take quite a long time to get here. And, you know, I was being impatient, so I wanted to try this since I couldn't find any footage of someone else trying it. I'm going to go ahead and attach it. I ordered a 3-cell 800 milliamp LiPo because this gimbal actually calls for a 3-cell, and there's plenty of video of people using it with a 2-cell, but some of those people also complain that it wants to wander on the horizon line a little bit. And so I thought, well, maybe it's because they're running it on 2-cell, and wanted to try this with a 3-cell, because if you power the quad itself with a 3-cell, there's been plenty of testing people have done to show that when this quad is powered by a 3-cell battery, it shudders and warbles all over the place and just would not be good for steady footage. If you were just doing fast sport flying and didn't mind it possibly shaking itself to death, whatever, that's fine. But as far as powering it as a camera quad with a 3-cell, it's just not really built for it. I don't know if it's maybe because these blades are too thin, or if everything isn't quite precision balanced enough that it doesn't show up until you're at higher RPMs. But like I said, I wanted to power this with a 3-cell though, so I was going to power it separately. This is very light. This is an 800 milliamp 3-cell that has the JST plug on it, so I didn't need an adapter or anything. And I found this on Amazon for $9 or $10 with free shipping. And I have Prime, so I could get it in 2 days. So I really just wanted it so that I could go ahead and try this out with a gimbal. Like I said, this is my first quad that can carry a GoPro, and I was really just eager to try a gimbal out, so I ordered this. Now, if you're looking into this same setup, I'll tell you right now, don't do it, because it will pick it up. You'll get off the ground, and pretty quickly the thing, I don't know if it's that the gyro doesn't know what to do. I actually think it may be more to do with the weight, because it gets off the ground and you have to be upwards of maybe right here on the throttle to hover. I mean, it's probably just too much weight for it. And if you get any kind of a breeze or anything, I'll put some footage in here at the end of my test flights with it, and I'm not really going to fly it anymore like this because I'm afraid I'll break my gimbal. It loses altitude extremely fast when it gets unstable. So much so that I actually cracked a couple of these little legs that I kind of just fitted on here with some electrical tape. These are skewers for making kebabs, so they don't really weigh anything, and I just put electrical tape on there to get it where I had enough ground clearance to not hit this when I landed. And I'm very glad I did, because without those legs on there, I would have slammed my gimbal on the ground. So if you put this on here with a 3-cell, I hope that no one has tried that without extending the legs a little bit, because you probably broke your gimbal the first time you got this more than 10 feet or so off the ground. It feels like it's going to fly perfectly fine if you're just a few feet off the ground, but once you get it off the ground a little bit, it just drops altitude out of nowhere, and you can punch full throttle all you want, and it's like it's still gaining velocity heading back to Earth hard. So I got very lucky that maybe one of these didn't break it and smash my GoPro into the ground or something, but I wanted to make a video real quick. I just finished flying it. I haven't even looked at the footage yet. I just really don't recommend you try this with a separate pack for this. So once those other wires come in, I'll solder my connector up and try this with a adapter to the stock battery. But it looks like if you're wanting to fly this with a gimbal, once you get your gimbal on there, you're going to need to just fly it with an adapter JST to the 2-cell balance on the LiPo that comes with it, because you're pushing the weight about as far as you can at that point, which would also lead me to think that whatever battery life you're going to get flying it with the gimbal attached to this battery is pretty much all the best you're going to do, because if you're already pushing the weight then, that means you can't really go with a bigger battery there. So once that's in, I'll post some more footage and we'll see how this goes. One other thing I'm going to throw in at the very end here. Yes, I have these prop guards on here, and it's just because I did not want to fly it with all the extra weight and smash my propellers, because these propellers are proving to be extremely flimsy and thin, and they're kind of hard to find right now. So I threw the prop guards on there, but those don't really add enough weight. If I pull those off, it's not going to be the difference to make this thing fly. So all right, so now I'm just going to be kind of talking over the footage here from the testing of the gimbal on the Bugs. I've already edited this video down so that you're going to kind of see the parts that are more interesting and kind of matter. This was my very first time getting it off the ground. I was kind of just letting the wind pull it a little bit there, showing how steady it was. It didn't really crash that time, it just kind of set down. This was after I got it a little higher, and you'll see right here, that is about the highest I was able to really get it. You can see it kind of bouncing up and down here. This was the best I could get. I tried this several times as far as a steady, even orbit around my Jeep. It was just kind of hopping, and then that time it just wanted to take off, so I thought, whatever, I'll take it up over the Jeep. Tried to hold still there. This lasts for a second, and then you're going to see it kind of shudder and drop. That's a good-looking dude staring intently. Oh, there it goes. Hit fairly hard that time. This is another one where you can see it kind of doing the Moonlander hop that it had going on there. It's just kind of wanting to bounce. It's drifting downward, full throttle. That is full throttle, and we're on the ground again. This time, I don't know why, but I thought I'd bring it up a little bit higher. You're maybe 7 feet off the ground there, and it shudders, drops again. And then this time, it wanted to actually go higher, and I thought, oh, the wind has died down a little bit. That's probably the problem. Luckily, there was a ninja standing there. I was the ninja. And down she goes. Bam! Look at that save. Skills. I just wanted to get this video out there because I know there's been a lot of comments on the Tigger's RC review video, and a couple of comments people have sent me asking, can you fly this with a gimbal and a battery? So apparently you can't. Thanks for watching, you guys. Saving you some money and costing me some. Thumbs up this video if you liked it. Thumbs down it if you didn't. It's cool. Let me know in the comments below why you didn't, so that I can hopefully improve it and make you love me more next time. See you in the next one, everybody.